So I know that we've talked a little bit about CMHC, but to somebody who doesn't know exactly what CMHC stands for and exactly what it is, can you talk a little bit about what that is and what it stands for?
So that Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corp was created at the end of World War II. It was for veterans coming back from the war, and it was to say, hey, thanks for fighting for our freedom, putting your life on the line. We're going to allow you to buy homes with a small down payment. The Banking Act of Canada actually says banks cannot lend you money without putting at least 20% down. This was to protect the banks from the dirty 30s when a bunch went out of business during the Depression. They had these strict rules, but they realized it takes half a lifetime to save up that much of a house.
Of course.
And homeowners within a community tend to mow their lawn, take care of their house, are more active members of the community.
Right.
So there was a benefit to breaking the Banking Act. So they found this unique way to do it where you as a buyer would use a limited down payment, 5% maybe, which is what we have now.
Yep.
And you would pay this insurance fee, which goes into a big pot, just in case you stop paying your mortgage or you went into default.
Right.
The bank was protected because they don't want to run on the bank. They don't want a bunch of foreclosures. Banks going out of business is bad for business.
Of course.
So this insurance fund was designed so that people could get in younger before saving all this money and then enjoy the home ownership, enjoy being part of community. Heck, their houses went up in value. They had more money for retirement.
Yes.
Everything benefited the Canadian country and citizens. And it all started with World War II vets and quickly mushroomed to everybody.
I had no idea that there was so much history behind that. I just thought it was a government program that was implemented, but that makes so much sense now.
It's a great program. It really is. And when people try to avoid it or not pay, I've happily paid at least 3 of my house purchases.
Yeah, right.
They let you do renovations on top of the house. They do unique things that you can't do with traditional mortgages. They're all about getting you into the home and making you love the home, because then you become a better fabric of the community.
That's really interesting, because I find that a lot of people have a misconception about, it's a negative thing because it's an extra cost, but to actually know what it stands for and all of the things that it actually helps the Canadian economy do, I mean, it's actually a pretty great program. That's amazing.
And without it, you'd be saving 20%, and you can imagine what that's how long that would take. You'd spend 10, 20 years saving before you'd be able to buy a house.
Well, especially prices here in the Lower Mainland, right?
And rent is no cheaper than buying a house.
Well, that's just it.
You know, you don't have more room when you're renting to save.
Yep.
So,